Hey Canucks fans, in your eyes, what would constitute a successful season? I'm Canuck Clay. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Saturday, August the 28th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button for Canucks Insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Very quickly, thank you to the feedback. For those of you on Twitter, you saw that I went to my first en blanc party dressed in all white. I actually looked like I was going to play tennis against like Yvonne Lendl or something. But thanks for that feedback. And ask me anything. That's tomorrow, but I'm going to ask for questions on my community tab, not here. So make sure you ask me a question there for tomorrow's vlog. And tomorrow night, live stream at 10 p.m. Hope you join me. 5 or 6 big announcements. Well, some small, some big, but I hope you join me tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Pacific, for my weekly live stream. Okay, let's talk about this. And the reason why I talk about this topic, not only am I looking for things to talk about, because the Canucks really aren't doing much right now, but I had a good chat with a friend who works for content strategy, content creation for the Vancouver Canucks yesterday. And he called me as an influencer. I think he was just trying to butter me up. No, we had a really good chat for half an hour on the phone, and he wanted my opinions based on what I talk about, what I vlog about, what I know, and what I sense among the Canucks community, both in person and online. And I talked about two main things, which is going to lead into my topic of what constitutes a successful season in your eyes. I talked about two main things. I said, number one, give us a reason to care about this team. Yes, last year was a dog's breakfast between the poor performance, all the off ice, issues and talking points, whether it's contracts or people not being happy to be here. And of course, COVID was the big one. COVID affected the entire league, but affected the Canucks the most, as they had the worst outbreak out of all professional sports teams. And we saw that just how difficult it was and how it added to a miserable season. So that's not in the players' control for sure, but there's certainly a certain level of apathy among the Canucks fan base. So that's the first thing I told my friend was give us reasons to care about this team. I think for people like me, I'm going to care about the team no matter what, the ups and downs, no matter what happens. But there might be a lot of fair weather fans who obviously will be more excited about the team when the team is winning, and that makes perfect sense. So give us a reason to care. Tell us some stories in social media why we should care about this team. Tell us more about the players, about their lives, their joys, their struggles. And so that's kind of, and of course, winning is the best tonic for anything, but really celebrate those wins and the great plays and the highlights. And that, I know that's what drives clicks on social media. So that was the first thing I said is give us a reason to care about the team. The second thing I said, and he really liked this point, I said to him, we heard about Nate Schmidt not wanting to be here. Braden Holtby didn't seem thrilled last year, maybe because they were new and they had trouble getting acclimated. JT Miller didn't always look happy during the year. Even our star guys like Hughes and Pettersson. I think Horvat was pretty good, but even Hughes and Pettersson, maybe they didn't look like they were having the best time either. So what I said to my friend was show that the Canucks players love playing for the Canucks. Show that the Canucks players love being in Vancouver. And it almost sets up a contra narrative to what we heard a lot of last year, especially as Nate Schmidt got bought out, as Braden Holtby got traded. We start to hear rumblings that some players, probably veteran players more, but you never know, weren't that happy to be here. They didn't like the direction of the team. They didn't like a decision that management made. Whatever it made, I said to my friend, tell stories, show that Canucks players are happy to be in Vancouver playing for this team, whether that's more funny locker room readouts of the lineup like JT Miller. Like that was one of their best videos, and it was hilarious because it shows how much they're all getting along and how much fun they were having. So it's more stuff like that. Maybe it's more mic'd up stuff where you see them clowning around with each other in practice, or maybe it's doing a vlog of following a player as he explores the city. Whatever it is, I said, make it show us that these Canucks players love being here. They love playing in the city, for this team, and in front of these fans. So those are the two things that I said to my colleague was give us reasons to care about the team, and show us that Canucks players are happy to be here in Vancouver. And then it led to some other things, and we had a really, really good productive chat. And we'll see if he takes any of my feedback into consideration as he takes that back to his higher ups. So then that got me thinking, well, what would constitute a successful season for the Vancouver Canucks in your eyes? Is it simply winning? Is that the biggest thing for you as a Canucks fan? They had a horrible season last year, one of the bottom teams in the league. I want to see them win more. And as long as they're winning and competitive in more games, that's what I want to see. That would mean a successful season. Or are you more like taking that a bit further? Yes, I want to see them win, but they got to make the playoffs. This season is not a success unless they make the playoffs, especially given that they brought in Ekman Larson, Garland, Dickinson, Pullman, Halak, Podkolzin's coming to the team. That would be a successful season for me, is they make the playoffs. And I think that would be a very fair expectation. Or is it even more than that? Not only do a successful season means they make the playoffs, but they got to win a round. They got to win their first round in the Pacific Division. No matter where they finish, first, second, third, or fourth, they got to at least get to the division final. That would be a successful season for me. Okay, now we're aiming a little higher, but that's fair. Or you might even be saying, no, they got to get out of their division. They got to take down Vegas, and they got to emerge as one of the final four. Now, that would be further than the Canucks have gotten in a long time. And, of course, we remember how excited we got when we were one game away from that just 2 seasons ago in the bubble playoffs in Edmonton. So maybe you're saying, no, Clay, the Canucks got to win 2 rounds and get out of their division. Okay, now we're asking for a lot here. And then, of course, anything beyond that, Stanley Cup finals, and of course, winning the Stanley Cup, that would be, I think it'd be unrealistic if any of us said that's the only way we would label this season successful is if we make it to the Stanley Cup finals. I think that's unrealistic. But it might be realistic for you to say, no, they either got to make the playoffs or they got to win a round or they got to win 2 rounds. So let me know if that's your barometer for success. Or you might be taking the long game here. No, success for me is if our young players take another step. Pettersson, Hughes, Demko, Podkolzin, Rathbone, Hoglander. As long as I see development in them, growth in their game, then to me, that's a successful season. That could be your MO as well. Or maybe a successful season for you simply means people care about this team. And that kind of goes back to my very first point. People care about this team. There are sellouts at Rogers Arena or whatever they're allowed to fill to capacity given COVID. And there's a buzz about this team once again. Maybe not for this season, but for what we are building growing forward. Even that's contrary to what Jim Benning is trying to do. So I've given you a few options, and you can take one of those or give me your own of what constitutes a successful season. Is it winning? Is it making the playoffs? Is it winning a round or 2? Is it our young players developing and getting better? Or is it simply less apathy and more care, more passion from the Canucks fan base? For me, thanks for asking, I would say a successful season for the Canucks, successful, is they got to win 1 round. So not only make the playoffs, but they got to win their first round. To make the playoffs in a weak division, is that the highest bar we can set? No, I think we should set a higher bar than that. So I'm going to set my bar, successful season, as winning 1 round in the playoffs. Then at least in the final 8, they're in the division final, and that's kind of where they were 2 seasons ago. So Canucks fans, that's my barometer for success. Make the playoffs and win at least 1 round. Let me know in the comments below, what is your barometer for success? What is your criteria that you call this a successful season for the Vancouver Canucks? I know it's early. I know we're not even in training camp yet, but hey, I'm excited about the team, and I think many of you are as well. Again, don't forget to leave me a question for Ask Me Anything on my community tab as well. Don't forget to join me for my live stream tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Pacific. So leave a comment below because I'd love to know, what's your barometer for a successful Canucks season? Shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, Sim Alexander, Justin Credible, nucksfan number 29, Lucas Gates, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, Shea Family Channel, Shannon Hollingworth, and Andrew Chang. Thanks for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or in my videos on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Spoiler alert, a couple of my announcements tomorrow night will be about changing the way, adding more to my membership tier. So look forward to that. Okay, friends, subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Become a member of this channel if you like to. Subscribe. No, I just said that. Leave a comment if you'd like to. Stay safe, stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Have a great Saturday. God bless, and go Canucks go.